Thank you for watching and listening. I would like to share a story about a Keris. So a Keris is a mini sword that the indigenous people keep or use during ancient times. So during ancient times, we have warriors, the pendeka and whatnot. So it's used to either for self-protection or to fight, or just as a decorative purposes or a heirloom. Then over time it get passed down as just an artifact, or again as a heirloom. It's a sword by the indigenous people in the Nusantara region. So anyway, I saw the Keris on the living room floor, and after a group of people visited the stepmother, and I think at that point they got too arrogant, or they did think that nobody will be suspicious of them, so it just was lying around. So that was the first and only time I saw the Keris. So when I was younger, we were curious kids, right? So naturally I asked out loud, "Hey, why is that? Why is it on the floor?" And the stepmother, her eyes widened, and she froze a little bit, and her fingers curled up, and then she started panicking and started dismissing. People who are guilty, this is what they do. No, 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 like that, right? So she was like, you keep quiet. You're rude. You're nasty. You're busybody. Things like that. In hindsight, now after 3 decades, 2 decades plus, sorry, finally found out that she's a practicing Satanist, and she's using the Javanese style of Satanism. And the Keris is more than likely ritualistic items meant for the rituals, whatever rituals they are practicing. So think of it this way: this negative entity, you call them jinn, you call them sucker, you call them whatever you want to call them, they are just energy, negative energy, and they do not have a physical form yet. Okay, they can take after a human look, they can take after the look of the owners, but in general they don't have a fixed physical form, at least in this 3D. With our naked eye, you can't really see unless you have the third eye open and things like that, or unless they want to show themselves to you. So what they do is, when you make a deal with them, for your own benefit, to get rich fast, or to sabotage people's businesses, or whatever it is, they need to have a vessel. Either they can possess a human body, which is what they tend to do, all these satanic people, right? They try to pass it down to their descendants, or they are kept in this Keris, jewelries, or whatever possessed item that they can possess. So keeping that item with you will cause a lot of anger issues, fights in the home, behavioral changes, negative, of course. Everything will become more negative. And because this entity, in order for them to service you, you have to give something in return. So it's a business transaction. Only they don't want money, they want other things. Usually if it's just a mini demon, mini entity, low level entity, they offer things like fruits. Like the time when I was living with the auntie at Yishun, she offered an apple. Okay, and the apple, she would just place it on the rack where you put your plates and cups on. And when you turn around, you'll be left alone in the kitchen. You turn around, you see a bite mark on the apple, and then you turn around the second time, third time, it's only left with the apple core. The core of the apple was just there because the entity has to eat. That's the offering they give. So the stronger the demon is, of course the offering is more than that. So usually they want things like black chicken, like the Buangkok, during the Buangkok healing session, the spirit demanded for black chicken. And generally they start asking for more and more. Initial thing is just like a simple offering, like flowers, fruits, and then over time we starting asking for living things or animals, and then eventually it will progress. The higher you go to sacrificing people, they want people's souls. So you imagine like a genie in a bottle kind of thing, like the genie is trapped in the bottle. So this entity is kept in the sword. It's a mini sword of any length. It can be a short sword, it can be a big one, it can be a long one, whatever it is. And Malay we call it Khadam. Usually there's a negative entity attached to it. Indigenous people, we are spiritualists. We are naturally spiritual, and because of capitalism and westernization, we tend to get disconnected from the practices of our ancestors. So in this case, the maternal side, okay, were Satanists, because from what I was told, the biological mother, my biological mother who's in Malaysia, and the stepmother, they are from the same cult. So my father was trapped into it, you know. So this has been going on for many generations. So they would do rituals, they would have gatherings, and they seem like they are reading holy prayers, but they're chanting something else in their mind. This is what the cult members do. And it's not just the stepmother and her siblings alone. They have many people in the cult, and they were helping each other out. So they constantly need to offer something to the entity in order to get money, to get successes, to get energy, to get wealth, exorbitant amount of wealth, dirty money, you can say that. They want to get rich fast, and in order to do it fast, you have to sacrifice something or someone. So you just don't know what people are doing, but they are very cunning. They're very cunning. They do it in a manner where you get sick, and the people, you get totally drained, because what happened is they have latched themselves onto you. They have somehow managed to get the cord stuck onto you and draining you of your energy. That's really draining you of your life force. That's the reason why some people suddenly get unmotivated, suddenly get sick, suddenly get drained, suddenly lie a lot, suddenly get confused, and it goes down that negative path because that person's life force has been drained. That's the reason why you constantly protect your energy, you cleanse your energy, and cut any energy cord that doesn't serve you, that doesn't belong to you in the first place. Okay, and these people, they become energy vampires. And it's real. It's not something that you see in movies and whatnot. It happens in real life, because these people find a way to lower your vibration first in order to be able to latch onto you. And this item, like the Keris, if it's left in the home, because there's negative entity in it, you constantly have bad luck. Your businesses will struggle, your health will go bad, your relationship will struggle, your family members start fighting with one another, more negative things. You start viewing your family member in a negative manner, you start viewing your spouse in a negative manner. This is what it is. Essentially is what it is. It's just negative energy that has taken over. Like if in a place, like people who live in haunted homes, or homes that have a lot of paranormal activity, if it's a negative entity, over time the families start fighting with one another. And so just a reminder, release the greed, release this ego to feel better than other people, to have a status and whatnot. You know, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. It's not worth it until you have to keep repeating these rituals, and you pass it down to your children have to keep repeating the ritual over and over and over until one day you cannot keep up with the demand, and then it will eat you up, and then you will die. And I mean, your dying is not a big deal, but the innocent people dying is a big deal. So be very alert, be very discerning, protect yourself, protect your energy, and follow your intuition, trust your intuition a lot. Thank you for watching.